Fool of a took.
Hey guys, Konga here, and today we're going to be talking about 3 new reskins released by Wargaming here on console. Reskins with better guns or autoloaders or move down a tier. Something they've never ever done before. Well, they rarely ever do. They rarely ever add reskins. In fact, I'll just give you a nice small list of reskins that they've added into this game before, and you'll see it's a very small list. We've got the Python, the Kraken, the Viper, the Hornet, the Fox, the Shark, the Blitzen, the Rover, the Lycan, the Falcon, the Brazilian Bulldog, the M4A2 E4 Ripper, the Fury, the Freedom, the Vengeance, the Death Stalker, the T14 PlayStation, the Minuteman T29, the Patriot, the Captured King Tiger, the HMH Chrysler K, the Bog Horde, the T32A, the T34 Black Edition, and yeah, that's it. That's it. We're already through all the Americans. So as you can see, there's not that many reskins in this game whatsoever. So this is a very unique concept that they're doing right here, right now. And to top it all off, these new tanks, 2 of them have autoloaders. What a genius way to save resources is to, release something that is already in the game, but, make it better. What brilliant idea. And then chalk up the prices and call it a day. You know what? That's genius. Because they only get, however many employees there are, they only get, salary-based 40 hours a week pay. So, like, let's be real. They don't have much time on their hands to, do anything. So, this is actually a brilliant thing to do. It's just copy-paste and then add an autoloader, right? Right, genius. Brilliant. So what exactly are these tanks? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I have them right here, and I will show them to you. We have the Demolisher T28, the Eradicator Caernarvon, and the Earthshaker Strv 102. We do not have any T28s in the game which have Demolisher in the name. See, look at this in the bottom right. It's the only one. Look at that. Genius. We also definitely don't have any Caernarvons in this game with the Eradicator title. That's, again, is a very unique name. See, look at that. Middle right. Very first one. There are none like it. And I'm almost certain we do not have any Stridsvogns / Centurions with the name Earthshaker. Like, dang. That's such a good idea. That's got to be worth at least $100,000. I hope you give that guy a raise. I mean, let's take a look at this. We have the HMH Huntsman Centurion, the Atomic Centurion, the Bellerophon Centurion, the Centurion Mark 1, the Strv 81, the Centurion Mark 71, the Centurion Action 10, the Primo Victoria, and all the way down there by it to the lonesome, the Earthshaker Strv 102. I mean, it's about time that we get an Earthshaker added to the Centurions. Like, that, let's be real, we really need that. And while we're at it, I'm also kind of waiting for the pile driving pattern. Like, where's that thing? Because we kind of need one of those to finish off the pattern line, because it just doesn't feel complete. So make sure you add that too for January. Oh, and I was thinking we should give it a 3-round autoloader, because we don't have enough 3-round premium autoloaders in this game. So that would also make it good for the game. So let's get right on that. All right, let's talk about these tanks a little bit. I'm literally going insane. Thanks, Wargaming. All right, Revenge, a dish best served cold. From January, that's December actually, in case you guys are wondering, this is January. From December 20th until January 7th. Make your enemies regret crossing your path with the limited edition Operation Cold Steel tanks. And they're just in time for Tanksmas. Not only are they ready to unleash doom and destruction, these exclusive tanks have a 75% crew XP bonus after each battle. Ooh. So, let's not be sarcastic now, and actually talk about the tanks seriously. This is a good idea, in my opinion. Releasing, because you have black tanks, which give you 75% regular experience. Then you have the new Crimson tanks, which have 75% credits. So, of course, you should come out with some more tanks which have 75% crew XP bonuses. Like that's a good play, because that doesn't affect how you play the game in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't make you a better player. It just makes it so that it's easier for you to grind your credits, grind your experience, grind your crew XP if that's what you desire to do. So I think this is completely fair. However, I don't like the fact that each and every single one of these is just a reskin. Every single one of these bonus experience tanks are just reskins. That's literally what they are. So it's a little bit lazy and boring that they can't come up with their own ideas here on console. I wouldn't mind if they didn't come up with their own ideas if they were copying Wargaming, but the fact that they're not copying Wargaming, and yet they are at the same time, and yet making everything worse is like, it's quite interesting. Okay, so the T28 Demolisher, like a stab in the night, the Demolisher T28 is deadly and efficient. So what they're saying is, make sure you stab people in the night. See? Like a stab in the night. The Demolisher T28 is deadly and efficient. So, stab people at night, ladies and gentlemen. Use its fast aiming and powerful auto-loading gun to turn your enemies into Swiss cheese. Now, I've read up on this tank, and it's not actually powerful. It's gun. It's fast aiming. Ish. But it's not actually powerful. It's got the worst gun out of all these, and it's the Tank Destroyer. And you have to fight tier 10s. And we'll get into that more later. Eradicator Caernarvon. And this is the best one out of these that I've been reading. Actually, this one looks good too. The Eradicator Caernarvon holds the line and leads the attack with perfection. Anyway, this is a picture of a 20-pounder. But you'll see it has a 32-pounder. So this is wrong. This picture is wrong. But it's Wargaming, so. This is the first ever British heavy tank with an auto-loader. The powerful gun and great turret armor of the Eradicator Caernarvon makes hull-down gameplay a breeze. Yes, this tank is going to have the same turret as the Caernarvon Action X. What does this mean? Well, this means it has no drawbacks like the T32A does. If you ever played in the T32A Proto, the American T32 with the autoloader, you know its turret is garbage. And you gain a really nice autoloading gun, but you lose turret armor. Haha, no, not this thing. You just gain a really powerful autoloading gun, and that's about it. Congratulations, GG, you're better. The Earthshaker Strv 102. It is a Centurion 7-1, moved down a tier with less penetration. Based on the reliable Centurion tank, the Earthshaker Strv 102 is equipped with the infamous 105 L7 gun. It's a great all-round tank that delivers some serious firepower. And that's completely true. This thing looks really awesome. But it's literally, they took the Centurion 7-1, moved it down a tier, and removed just a bit of penetration. The penetration it has is insane. We'll get into that later. How much do they go for all three of them? $25,650 for gold, so over $100. For just the T28, $11,990, so just under $50, but you'll have to buy a $50 pack anyway, so it's $50. The Eradicator Caernarvon, $11,960. It's 30 gold cheaper, ladies and gentlemen. Put your money, those pennies, save them, put them away, and get something bigger later. And finally, the Earthshaker is 10,240 gold. These tanks are going to be really, really pricey. And to top it all off, because you're going to be buying these in the store, they're going to be more expensive. But that doesn't make any sense. I know. The actual cost of the Demolisher T28 is 11,550 gold. So you get nothing extra if you buy it from the store when it comes out, but you do get to pay more. So, and same with the Eradicator Caernarvon, 11,550, and the Earthshaker, 9,750. I don't know why this is. It just is. So, you know, just let it slide. We'll let it slide this time, Wargaming, because you don't usually make that many mistakes. So we'll let this one slide. I lied. Let's see. It's a T28 prototype, is what it is. It goes 30 though. So that's interesting. And it has the 105, the bad 105. It has the T29 105 gun, which means it has 198 millimeters of penetration on a tier 8 tank destroyer. And you're going to be fighting tier 10s. Good luck. If you load premium in this, you still won't have as much penetration as the regular T28 prototype. Or most really tier 8 tank destroyers at tier 8. Believe it or not, tier 8 tank destroyers are at tier 8. So, yeah, and the aiming time 2.1 isn't even that fast. If it was like 1.9, yeah, I'd give it to it, but it's not. Reload time is 22 seconds, and interclip reload. It does not give us the interclip reload, but I believe, if I remember correctly, this is, yeah, there it is. 3 shots per clip. Okay. 10 degrees of gun depression, which is good. 12 horsepower per ton isn't great, but it's fine. You go 30, and you have 203 millimeters of turret armor, and and the hull armor is also 203. So it's your Swiss cheese. Your turret is Swiss cheese. It's the same hull as a T28 prototype. Okay. So there's that thing. Then you have the Eradicator Caernarvon. Remember, 75% crit XP rate, and all of them have 50% silver bonus rate, which is average for a tier 8 premium tank. So you have this thing, 1500 hit points. Oh yeah, how much does the Demolisher have for hit points? 1150. Yeah, that's normal. 1500 for the Caernarvon, which is normal. It's actually lower than the regular Caernarvon, which is 1600, so keep that in mind. But you have a 32 pounder. This is the new 32 pounder that the Caernarvon has. Yeah. So it has 220 millimeters of standard penetration and 280 alpha damage with a 21 seconds reload. Now wait a minute. Wasn't the T28 22? Yes, it was. You have a better rate of fire on the heavy tank, and you have more penetration on the heavy tank. And you probably have better gun handling. Even though the aim time is only 2.5, this is a Caernarvon. This is a British heavy tank, so the gun handling on the move is probably really, really good. 0.34 accuracy, 10 degrees of gun depression, 20 degrees of gun elevation. That's insane. 14 horsepower per ton, which is good. 36 top speed limit, which is not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's kind of just like, hey, you're not slow and you're not fast. So it's one of those. Yep. Turret armor, 254. That's insane. Look at this thing. Maybe it does get this gun, or a gun that looks like this, even though it's this is a 20 pounder gun, even though it has a 32 pounder. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind indeed. And what else? 130 millimeters of hull armor. So you'll get some bounces when you're top tier when you're using gun depression, but don't let them hit your lower plate. Don't let higher tiers hit your upper plate. Don't let premium rounds hit your upper plate. And be careful side scraping. You have 51 millimeters of side armor. So you really have to angle, really sharpen your angle when you're side scraping this thing. But you can do it. You can do it. And last but not least, you have the Earthshaker Strv 102. Yet again, same exact multipliers here. Except remember, if you're buying it, you're paying more than if you were buying it. So that doesn't make sense, but that's the truth. That's just how it works. Armor depth, you see it goes up to 254. That's the turret. It's got an unbelievable turret. 254. It's the Centurion 7-1's turret, okay? So nobody's going to be going through that. Well, people will, but they won't. 4.58 rounds a minute. That's really bad for a medium tank. Well, what's the catch, Colin Guy? Oh, I'm glad you asked. You have 390 alpha damage with 236 millimeters of standard penetration on a flippin' tier 8 medium tank. And if you so desire, which I will be doing a lot of if I get this tank, which I probably will not, you can press your A button and load Hesh, which is the least pay-to-win rounds in this game. I love Hesh rounds. I love this kind of premium round where you gain something but you lose something else, and you gain alpha. You go to 480 alpha but you lose penetration. You only have 210, which is still great for a tier 8. In fact, that's more than many standard shells on tier 8 premiums like the Ripper Patton or the Motherland or the T34-100 or the Type 59. 210 is still fine. You have a 13.1 seconds reload. Isn't great, but let's be real, this gun is amazing. And 2.5 seconds aim time isn't great, but that's okay. Accuracy 0.36 isn't great, but it's fine. Depression 10 degrees, elevation 18, which is fantastic. Only 12 horsepower per ton. That's terrible. That is awful. That's T28 levels. But you go 50, so yay, I guess. And your hull is nothing to, well, you can actually laugh at that. 76. So it's not technically a Centurion 7-1, because if it was, it would have 120 millimeters of hull armor. It's only 76, so that's really bad. Keep that in mind. View range is 400. Oh yeah, what are these things? View ranges 400, 380, 380. You can put optics on all of these and just laugh at everybody. Go away. So yeah, that's these tanks, and you can tell that they're really trying to milk this game because it's dying. You can tell because the last time before the Crimson tanks they introduced tanks like this were the black tanks, which were 3 Black Fridays ago. Then they released the Crimson tanks. It only took them 3 years, which is fine. Then 1 month later, da, comrade, no problem, we have more for you. So yeah, they're running out of ideas. Not that they had any ideas, but still, they should have waited for at least next Black Friday before they released these tanks. And when they say they're not going to sell them again, and this is limited time only, that's not true. They're going to be selling them again, I guarantee it. They might not sell them in the store again, but they will have them in the trade-in program because they did for the black tanks. And guess what? You can just buy those. You don't actually have to trade anything in. So, yeah, they lied. So if you buy these and then they sell them again, you might be able to get your money back if you're able to submit a ticket. And same with the black tanks. I'm gonna be doing that myself. See if I can get some money back for my Lova because it's ridiculous at this point. Now, am I going to be picking these tanks up? Definitely not the T28. What a garbage tank that looks like. And hey, who knows? Maybe it's pretty good. Maybe it's got a 2 seconds into clip reload. Maybe it's got a 1.5 second into clip reload. But 198 pen at tier 8 for a tank destroyer. Sign me out. Thank you very much. That does not sound fun to me whatsoever. And then the Stritzvang, the gun looks a little too derpy for my taste. And I don't need another Centurion in my life. However, if there is a tank I'm going to get, it would probably be the Caernarvon, because that just looks like fun. But then again, we already have the Iron Rain, we already have the T32A prototype, we already have the Nomad and the Samoa and the Ariete P43, and then the regular P43. Where's the P46? I don't care. We're fighting one right now. It's the P46. I can see it on screen. So, yeah, we already have plenty of autoloaders. And, oh, and then they're going to add the Jagdpanther at tier 7 with an autoloader. So, yeah, we've got plenty of autoloaders in this game. And those are just the premium ones at tier 8 and one at tier 7. And there's plenty more autoloaders on the tech tree, or at tier 7 tech tree, or at tier 9 tech tree, or at tier 10 tech tree. So it's nothing unique or special, really. So I don't know if I'm going to grab it, other than the fact that it's going to be like the first ever autoloader in this game on a heavy tank with no drawbacks. It's literally a Caernarvon. So it's going to have the same armor as a Caernarvon, the same mobility as a Caernarvon, but with an autoloader. You don't have to worry about your turret, you don't have to worry about your hull. However you play the Caernarvon, you can play this thing. It's not like the 57 Heavy, where your turret is slightly weaker than normal, or the AMX 50B, where your turret is completely weak, or the Caernarvon, where your side armor and your hull armor is completely weak. You don't get any of that, or the T32A Proto, in fact, where you lose turret armor. It's not going to have any of those things. So out of the three, I'm going to say that's probably the better one. The T28 Proto is going to be the same kind of ordeal, where it doesn't lose anything in regards to its armor. However, it gets a crappy gun. And, yeah, nobody wants a crappy gun. Let's be real. I don't want a crappy gun. But you know what? Maybe that's what you want. Maybe you're a collector. And just do what it is you want. But these are the previews of the tank. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, slap that like button, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of them in the comments below. And join me on December 24th, Christmas Eve at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for a giveaway on Christmas Eve. We'll be giving these tanks away. So make sure you're there for that. And I'll see you guys all later. Take care, everyone. And peace out.